OMG Squad, this is the velvetlox coming back to you again in another wonderful video. Now, this is going to be a story time video, okay? Because, yeah, I got some stories to tell. I got some things that I got to get off my chest, okay? Well, this story is about the time that I got a promise ring. Now, have any of you ever got a promise ring? When you got that promise ring, you really thought a lot about it. You really thought it meant the next step getting ready to go to. So you thought, okay, fine, you're locked down in a relationship and the promise is that it's gonna, hopefully develop into something a little more meaningful. Now, I don't know if the person behind some of these promise rings that's making these promises really mean what they say, because I know it's so easy to talk from the heart, especially it's so romantic, it's like so festive. You're getting a beautiful little diamond ring or something, you know what I mean, that shows that the person's interested. Yeah, okay, well, at least that's what I thought. Well, anywho, let me tell you about the story. This was years ago when I was dating this gentleman, okay, wonderful guy, and we hit it off right away. We had a wonderful meetup, okay? During the meetup, he was definitely my kind of dude, all right? Gentlemanly, opened the door, okay? Paid for the meal, although I have my money, okay? Because one thing I don't mind doing is paying for my meal, but paid for the meal and really looked nice, dressed nice, smelled nice, looked nice, okay? Old school values, a man that wear a watch, okay, and jewelry, not no trunked out jewelry, but manly jewelry that shows that you're of a certain age. Okay, well, anyways, when I met him, we hit it off, everything was wonderful. It took like maybe 2 weeks before I actually met up with him, but when I finally met up with him, we went out to a restaurant. So we actually met up at the restaurant. I was okay with that because he lived really far out there in Long Island and I lived in Queens. So that was like a nice little neutral place to meet up. Well, we had a wonderful dinner, wonderful conversation, okay? And he really seemed as though he was my future, all right? So the relationship progressed, okay? Very nicely. He was very sweet, very romantic. And out of nowhere, he wanted to take me away for a weekend getaway. What? You want to take me away on a weekend getaway? Sure. Okay. So I don't think he told me exactly where we were going. He just told me to pack to go away. All right. Granted. You don't have to ask me twice. You paying? What? I'm coming. So now we met up, and when we finally got together now, we drove to our location. Now, this wasn't a getaway. This was more like a staycation, more like a vacation, because we stayed within the area, but in a really beautiful place, all right? I didn't even know it existed, but we stayed at the Glen Oaks, or the Glendale, the Glen Oaks, I think it is, in Long Island, the Glen Oaks or the Glen something mansion, which just blew me away, okay? We drove down this long behind driveway, and in front of us was this gorgeous, beautiful, humongous house, okay? It wasn't a house, it was a mansion. So now I'm looking at him like, damn. Yeah, is he really feeling me? And I like how he thinks because he's showing how he feels, all right? So we checked in. Now, this mansion is more of a hotel now because it's so big, and I don't know if the owners are still alive or maybe they sold it, but instead they decided to turn it into a hotel, like a resort, like a getaway type of place, and it was beautiful. The grounds was beautiful. They had 2 outdoor pools. I think they even had an indoor pool. It just was so beautiful. The gazebo, the landscaping, everything beautiful. So of course now we had a wonderful weekend. During our stay, he presented a promise ring. Now that blew me even further into the ocean, okay? Because not only did he take me away on a romantic, beautiful, fantasy getaway. Like I said, he blew me away. He blew me away. I really was falling for this guy because I have never been treated with such a loving way. Well, anyway, so he's a very romantic guy, sweetheart. He really cared enough about me, enough to even give me a promise ring. So now when he presented this ring, now obviously we haven't really been dating that long for me to even get a ring. So I understood that, okay? But when I saw a diamond ring coming out the box, I'm like, excuse me. So he was like, oh, no. No. It's not what you think. Well, if it ain't what I think, then what is it? Okay, I see a diamond ring. I see a nice little velvet jewelry box. I see a beautiful mansion getaway. So what is this? So anyways, like I said, grown folk. So now he said, don't worry, no, it's not that yet, okay? But I am feeling you, and this is considered a promise ring. Now, I remember getting a promise ring a long time ago when I was back in like high school, and them promises was broke long time. So, okay, I didn't know grown-ups did promise rings. I didn't know that. So this was something new for me, okay? So I figured, okay, he's giving me a promise ring. Maybe he just has some old school values and I don't know, but okay, we'll see. So he says, this is not an engagement ring, but this is something to let you know that I'm interested. Now, basically, he didn't explain it where I had a complete understanding, because although he said it wasn't an engagement ring, it was something to show his intention, to show that he's interested. He's locking it down. Basically, we're exclusive. Okay? I could understand that. See, that's romantic. It's okay, you want to lock it down. You want to make sure that you have a symbol to show that, we are courting, that we are dating, that we are exclusive. All right? So I just thought that was so sweet. So sweet, so sweet. But now, see, ladies, when you get promise rings, be very mindful because they locked you down. So now you're sitting on the shelf like a little stuffed animal, like a teddy bear, okay? So our relationship developed, okay? It was getting really, really serious. At least that's what I thought. All right, really serious. And I'm really feeling him. I'm feeling like, he's hubby. And he's looking at me as though I'm wifey, okay? No problem. No problem. We on the same page. But anywho, it wasn't to that extent, but we were exclusive. All right. Well, now comes the test. There was some tests and trials in that relationship that he failed. Now, this came around a time when I had a problem in my neighborhood. And whenever situations that came up and I would explain it to him, he never really seemed as though he was that protector, provider. Now, provider maybe, protector, that I don't know about, okay? Because when it came for him to make his presence known, to stand up for his woman, for the queen, for his promised woman, you would think that he would at least make his presence known and show that,
Yo, this is mine. Don't touch this. Don't even look over here. Don't play nothing on this side of town.
That's what I'm expecting him to like, not to confront, but just to be there to show.
Who wants some of this?
Now, ladies, I know not all guys are rough and tough and buff. And I know that, sometimes your jobs, depending on where you work, have a play in how you are to conduct yourself on the outside. And if you have a nice job, a government job, a federal job, or whatever kind of hospital job, you're not going to conduct yourself in a ratchet way. I understood that too, okay? But he just failed so many times when it came for him to show his true intentions. As we developed, things was a little rocky. Nothing was moving forward. It was just stuck in the same place. And this went on for over a year. No talks about a future, no plans, no thoughts about, okay, what are your intentions? No talks, period. That, to me, should have been red flag number one, because when you put a ring on somebody's finger and you're promising something like a future, which seemed to be a false future, but it was somewhat of a promise. So I'm here believing what you say and thinking that, okay, you know what you want. You have a focus and a goal. And yes, now we are exclusive. Let's start talking. Let's, see where the mind is. Now, I know we were way far from the spectrum of marriage. That was definite. But just the talk of your intentions and whatever the thoughts and plans were, a woman needs to know these things. You put a promise on her hand, but yet when the time comes for you to fulfill those promises and to show that you are about it, you disappear. You become ghost. And then when the coast is clear, you pop back up again. So it got to the point where I started looking at that ring and wondering, what the hell is it doing on my finger? Because basically all it's doing is repelling opportunities that really want to lock it down, that really mean about protecting theirs, that really mean about protecting their queen, protecting their woman. Okay, that's all. And it just got worse after that. The promise seemed like it was just breaking apart, because another situation took place where I had to ask and talk to my man, my dude, about the situation and let him know, somebody is harassing me. But it blew up so bad that we actually took about a week or two off from talking. Now, if we're two mature-minded adults, we should be able to talk about these things. But I started seeing little characteristics in him that showed me this is not the type of promise you want to get locked down to, because whenever there's a major situation that needs to be addressed, maybe even a situation within our relationship, the promise was broken. No talks, pretty much sweep it under the rug. So that kind of left me to believe that, wow, this is empty. This is just locking me down for no reason and putting me on a shelf for nobody else. But at the same time, you're not telling me nothing. You're not giving me any type of feelings that we're moving forward. Well, it just got worse after that, okay? And then finally, the beginning of a new year, we actually broke up the first day of that year, January 1st. And it was devastating. Now, I didn't even know we broke up. All I know is we had a discussion that led into an argument, and then he got up and walked out the house. And that was it. No words, no type of conversation, no communication. I still had the ring, but there was nothing to show and tell me about the promise. You got me locked down sitting on the shelf. Although we're having a rocky time, you're not letting me know nothing. You're not telling me like, okay, are we taking a break? What's going on? How come you're so distant? Blah, blah, blah. Okay? So there was a lot of inconsistencies that just wasn't there. So I say all this in my story time that if any of you ladies, unless you're young, now that I could understand, promise rings, young girls, young adults, it's just starting to get deep into something. But for us mature people, there is no promise for nothing. You better know what you want or jump off and let somebody who's ready to take that spot. Because obviously, when you become a certain age, a promise is just, how they say that? A promise is just something for a fool, basically, okay? Fill in the blanks. Okay, but when somebody puts you on a shelf and doesn't give you any type of movement, if there's no movement in your relationship and you're thinking that, okay, fine, we're going someplace, we're actually moving for a future somewhere, but we're in a relationship developing in the whole nine, but if y'all not discussing along the way things that y'all should be talking about, then it's just him locking you down for nothing, keeping you away from other prospects, okay? So my promise walked out the door, and that was the end of that. We never talked after that. And until years later, honestly, and even today, I still don't know what happened to that promise, okay? So y'all, I just want to tell you about this little quick story time about the time that my promise walked out the door. And I do not advise any of you ladies to be locked down by a promise ring. Now, take it from auntie, from big sis. If whomever is interested in you can't progress with a relationship without a promise ring, because the promise ring really seals, it really kind of solidifies, it kind of, put a stamp of certification that this is authentic. You're in a relationship. You're not engaged, you're just in a relationship. If during that time you see that relationship is really not amounting to anything, you don't need a promise ring. You just need to go. Okay? So there's no reasons for no man to lock you down as though you are a little stuffed animal being placed on a shelf away from everybody else, because if he's interested in you, he'll let you know. He will tell you. You don't need a promise ring to get your head all filled up and thinking that he means more than what he does, because like I said, my promise walked out the door with no explanation whatsoever. And it's just a way of wasting your mindset. Right. So like I said, y'all, promise rings, I will never do another promise ring at all, because if the man is not ready and if we are not in that position, we're just dating. We're courting. But I don't want to be locked on my fingers no more with no promise ring. If it ain't a real engagement ring, don't give me nothing. If we are not on that level, don't give me nothing. You just date. Do not let no man put no promise ring on your hand and fill you up with empty promises and have you on the shelf like a damn stuffed animal, like Teddy Ruxpin. Like, no, don't do it. Take it from auntie. Take it from auntie. Don't let nobody put a promise on your finger. Okay? So you guys, I tell you, I have no idea what happened to that promise, but I guess it just blew up in smoke. I guess so. I don't know. Alright, but we are still friends up until this day. So yeah, maybe one day I will ask him what happened to that promise. Maybe he'll see the video. Who knows? But he better come up with an excuse. Okay? So y'all, I want to thank you so much for joining me on this video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe down below. Share these videos with your friends and family who are also on a weight loss journey. And check out in my video library for wonderful videos on hair care, skincare, important topics, relationship videos, so much, okay? And if you're on a weight loss journey, check out my other channel, velvetlox, where you will learn wonderful recipes and teas and smoothies and meals for weight loss, for detoxing and cleansing your body, for healing and ailing your body from all sorts of, things, substances, toxins, okay? So check out that channel. As well as check down below my eBay store for wonderful herbs, tonics, and honeys that's going to help you in your body, that's going to help boost you up, help slim you down, trim you down, get you snatched, all right? So check out my eBay store, all right? And until the next video, you guys, I will see you then. Are you ready to start your weight loss journey? Because I want to show you how to kickstart that new you body fast. I have this wonderful detox tonic that will have you feeling and looking better in the skin that you're in. And it's the popular Firm and Flat Belly Detox and Energizer Tonic. This tonic will help you to lose inches, cleanse your blood, burn unwanted body fat. This will also flatten your stomach, remove waste, boost your metabolism, and strengthen your colon. This tonic is powerful, and within 4 to 6 hours after taking it, you will definitely have to go. You're going to have a huge bowel movement followed by several more throughout the day. This tonic will remove all of that excess waste stored in your colon, which will have you feeling better with more energy. You can drink 2 to 4 tablespoons in the evening before bed, and by the morning, you are going to have to go, all right? You're going to be going to the bathroom. So you repeat taking this straight for 1 week, and then after that, every other evening to continue removing that toxic waste from your body. Of course, you should eat and drink healthy, light meals, as well as do some exercise for maximum results. Feel and look better in no time. The Firm and Flat Belly Detox Tonic can be found down below in the eBay store. So hurry and get your bottle while supplies last. Now, if you are living under a rock and have not already been visiting or purchasing from my personal eBay store, then I don't know what else to tell you, because you are definitely losing out with these wonderful herbal honeys that help men and women in the bedroom. Well, I have some awesome honeys that will boost your body up. That's great for the libido. That's great for the testosterone. That's great to strengthen your stamina, change the mood, increase the sperm count. It helps with that powerful stamina, that stand tall longevity. So check out my eBay store for these herbal honeys that's going to help you in the bedroom and along with your play, all right? This is great for both men and women, and it comes with so many wonderful benefits. Check down below in my eBay store, and when you check out the item, check in the description where it will tell you so much about the item, what you should expect from it, okay? You're not going to see these things on YouTube. You're not going to see anybody else promoting this. This is original, and it's only seen on this channel, okay? So like I said, visit down below in my eBay store. The links will be down in the description box of this video, and you will be able to have access to all of these awesome items in my store, all right? So until the next time, you guys, have fun, okay? And I will see you in the next video.